Hello and welcome to yet another edition of the Hockey Public. This is episode 15, if I'm not wrong. Yes, episode 15. Last week we took a break, but we are back and we are continuing with the discussion about taking stock on what is happening in the hockey scene. And today we have gone down to the coast. I'm not there physically, but I have the president and the match and fixtures secretary with me. Let me start with the president. How are you?
Fine, thank you, Njuguna. How are you?
I'm fine. Good to see you and good to have you. If you can pull your camera at a good position. I know you're struggling to see yourself.
Yes. Right or left?
Position where I was telling you I was seeing a picture up here. That was
Yes.
much better. But yes, thank you so much. Karibu sana. And then I have the match and fixtures secretary. Huyu ni mtu mkubwa sana. Norbert, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you, Mr. Njuguna. And thanks for the invite and the interview.
Asante sana. Karibuni sana. So let's get this show starting. And I want to begin by just asking you, let me start with you, Oliver. It's been a few months. You got re-elected, you guys, and then tell us more. First of all, Norbert, were you re-elected or you came in? This is your first term.
This is my first time.
Good. So Oliver, wacha nikuweke parking kwanza, huyu anipatie manifesto yake. It's a political season, so ni wakati wa kupatia manifesto.
Yes. Agreed.
Norbert, tell us how has it been for you for the few months you've gotten into this position?
Well, thank you, Njuguna. Ever since I got into the position, I found some laid out structures which were already placed by the MCHA. So majorly I was supposed to, I'm majorly involved in the implementation of whatever was already organized. Hello,
Okay.
excuse me. I'm getting some interference from your side. I don't know.
It's okay. I'm just trying to figure out where it's coming from. I will let you know, but just go on.
Okay, so majorly I was dealing with the implementation, and maybe I had to, as a young person, I'll call myself young because the body is cancelled about some elderly people. So as a young person, I had to step up and show that at least the young people can do this. Yeah, not the elderly. At least we have some maybe new ideas. Every time if I have an idea, I push it to my people. If they feel it's okay, we go ahead with it. So currently we started with the circuit, with the coast Mombasa circuit. It's currently going on. We finished the first and the second leg. No, the second leg is about to end on 26th June. We're currently we have Mombasa Sports Club leading, followed by Daikyo, Mombasa West, and then Vita. So in the circuit, the Mombasa circuit, we've organized it in such a way that we'll try to maybe motivate the players individually. So once at the end of the circuit, we'll name our best 11. It's kind of let me call it our Hall of Fame in Mombasa. So as we play our Hall of Fame. So apart from just the players playing and the teams winning, there'll be an individual appreciation to the players. Being named best Mombasa midfielder, being named best Mombasa striker, goalkeeper. I think it's not much, but for the pride, I think it will serve the purpose.
Good. Thank you so much, Oliver. You seem to really getting a young side who are very vibrant and are willing to step up, which is a really good thing in terms of mentorship. How are you able to achieve this and pull the young people in?
Well, that is exactly what we wanted when we came in for our second term. Uh, this is our final term. So I wanted a young team that can actually take over from where we had and continue from where we finished. We want this team to continue in the years to come. So if they are young enough as they are, and they are always willing to learn, and the ideas they brought, very nice ideas. So we were all happy to see them join us, and they have got the energy, not like us was this, Bana. So we're doing well. We are very grateful to have them.
Good. At the beginning of your term, there are certain things you had long-term goals, which we are going to talk about them. But let's begin with the short-term goals. I know maybe Norbert has mentioned a couple of them, but what are some of those things that you are planning to do short-term, and those things that you're planning to do long-term, and how far is that going?
Okay, thanks. Short term, well, apart from the Hockey Fives this weekend, we are also planning for an umpire seminar for bringing more umpires to our stable in Mombasa. We normally have our own umpire seminar, and from there we groom them so that they can in future join Kenya Hockey Union Umpires Association. So we have an umpires seminar coming up next month. We are also getting all our judges who recently did a KHUA course to also join that umpiring seminar, because we found out that some of the judging rules also apply to the rules of hockey, and a lot of us don't really know the rules of hockey properly. And me being an ex-umpire, that's why I feel it's very important for judges and technical officials to also know the rules of hockey. Can I ask you one question? You've been in hockey quite a bit, isn't it?
Yes.
Now, if you're a judge, I'm sorry to put you on the spot. if you're a judge, and then suddenly one team gets a penalty stroke, and then the coach comes running to you as a judge, say, "Hey, I want to change my player. Can I take out this player and put this other player who can go and take that stroke and score?" What would you tell him? Yes or no?
I think in the current rules that is not possible. The old rules that was possible. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah. Sorry to put you on the spot, but it is possible even in the current rules, because the rule only states that you cannot do a substitution only for a penalty corner, not penalty stroke. So you see, a lot of our judges might not know these rules. So it's good that they also learn about the rules of hockey. Yes.
Yeah, and even the players, because sometimes you feel as if they overreact to calls which are not necessarily any there anymore, or something has changed in it and they are not aware of it.
Yes, very true. Well, we've sidetracked, so that is one of it that is coming up short term.
Yeah.
In October, we have our usual big hockey festival. This year, it's being co-hosted by Mvita 11.
Okay.
They're having it in honor of some of their ex-players who passed away. So they are hosting it this year in October. And then later on, our long-term goal is our hockey pitch that we want to build at the Makadara grounds.
Yes.
I think you heard about it last time. So we've reached at an advanced stage right now. It's at the engineer stage. It's stalled because we were undergoing our elections. We didn't know whether we'll come back or not. They also, the Makadara committee, had their own elections. So right now we're all back in office and full steam ahead.
Okay. So let's go to that long-term goal of having an artificial pitch at the Makadara grounds, right?
Correct.
Is that a public ground for everyone in terms of hockey players? That's what I mean.
Yes, it's a public ground available to, well, public come private, because the Makadara ground is a private community in Mombasa, which runs that property. So we partnered with them to build a multi-purpose sports complex. So on the same pitch, you will have hockey, futsal, which is indoor football, and handball. We were surprised to learn that all these three disciplines use the same size goals and same size pitch. Something new to learn every day.
Yeah, that is true. And one of the things that I think you have scored a lot, and because I've known you for a while, and I've also watched you at the helm of this association, is that you have always found people to partner with. How has that been for you? How have you managed to pull this
off? Well, keeping good friends is good. But honestly, whatever we receive, be it donations, sponsorship, whatever, we show everybody where the money goes. We don't hide anything. We don't have anything to hide anyway. It's not our money. It belongs to the association. So we show people where we are using their money, what we are doing with their money. And people are more than willing to come back and help.
Yeah.
That's the easiest way to it.
Yeah, that is true. Remember, you can engage with us on our comment section. Let me just pull up one or two. This is Jairus Boka. Boka is a very huge fan of this show. Anasema hii kamera inatoa mtu brown. No, but
yeah, najua ni mimi Boka hater number one.
Anyway, get in touch with us on our socials in case you have any question or comment for them. No, but let me pull you in as the match and fixtures secretary. We have seen an increase in terms of teams coming up and registering for the KHU League, which we'll get to in a bit. But tell us, what is happening here? Because we're seeing more and more teams come up that side, and I know they're even matching, because in the Mombasa League, I think another ladies team. I don't know if it's a high school team or just team.
So initially in Mombasa, we used to have 3 men's teams. That was Mombasa Mbita, Mombasa Sports Club, and Mombasa West. But Mombasa West had some issues and they were dropped out of the league. That was around 2016 or 2015, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
So later this year, after re-energizing, they felt like they're fit enough to rejoin the league, which is we applaud as a county association. Having more teams means like there's growth in the game. So there's the ladies team that you're talking about is also part of Mombasa West. It's they're called Swans. It's majorly composed of some campus ladies and a few high school and some other ladies who are not playing for MSC. Currently, we have only 2 ladies teams in Mombasa. We hope maybe we could get some more ladies to join the game, because right now we have the indoor tournament, which each team is required to fill the ladies team, and we don't have much choices to choose from, because the ladies, they are not. We don't have much as many teams as compared to the men's teams. So the third team, yes.
Go on.
Well, then we have a new team, a new baby. We call it a new baby in town. That is Daikyo. Daikyo was founded by Farhan Khan. We all know him.
Yes.
And a few of us.
The current top scorer.
The current top scorer.
For the national league
short corner master.
Yes.
Yes. So is someone I'd call him is someone who really loves hockey and is willing to invest so much into the game, and is ready to support the game and the growth of technically, even as Mombasa County Association, is of great help to us. He's been helping us a lot in trying to grow and even organize for the tournaments. You remember the last tournament that we had in December? I don't know if you have. Yeah, you were there. You were there. Yeah, he was one of the major donors in the tournament. So as long as there's people willing to fund the game, I don't think the players will stop. Sometimes the greatest challenge is, sometimes you have two teams. Like previously, we used to have two teams, and maybe each team had around 40 players. So two teams, 40 players, and we have to play only 18. It was a challenge for the young ones even to grow in the game. So you found them dropping off after some time. Maybe they find they can't be fielded. They see there was high competition. They feel like, no, we can't really get here. So sometimes you found them, most of them previously used to drop off. So Daiki was formed majorly to capture. These people felt like, no, we can't get played. So most of the new players from campus, fresh from campus, most of them joined Daiki. And we have also have MTTI, the Kenya Coast Polytechnic.
Yes. In fact, I was going to ask you what happened to Mombasa Polytechnic, because it used to really be prominent in terms of hockey from that side.
Well, apart from, I'd say it fell in the wrong hands of the club or some, because most of the Mombasa Poly players currently is called two. Most of the players are in different clubs. Some are at Daikyo, some are in Mvita, some are in MSC, Mombasa Sports Club. Since TUM is not registered in the league.
Okay.
So
How about the ladies?
The ladies team, no, I don't know. Most of them are Mombasa Sports Club. They are in different clubs. Since TUM is not registered for the league. They didn't register hockey for the league.
Okay.
So that's pretty much it. There are some, we are trying to capture there's a niche, or let me call it a gap, which was existing, it was previously existing, because Vita and MSC are well-established club with highly experienced players. So finding yourself to even play for the team was a real task. Let me call, maybe it was a tall order for some. So right now, at least with Daikyu in the National League, most players can join in. They start from somewhere. They gain experience in the National League. Then maybe we get to proceed to the Super League. Well, not maybe. According to us, we are certain we're going for the Super League, but just for this, let me use the word maybe.
Good stuff. Okay. Let me bring in El Presidente. Quite, you must be really proud of yourself, because being the first, your first part of the second term, and you're seeing this kind of good progress in terms of more teams trying to join, getting there. Maybe I can pull you in terms of the academy. Are you doing anything on that end?
Well, on the academy, we are grateful to have Mombasa West. They are really pushing on the young players coming in. Most of their players are from high school, are still in high school, and yet they are playing National League hockey, which is great. And we are trying to introduce hockey to primary school. Still a challenge. We have not succeeded. The public primary schools, unfortunately, the ministry or the county education department are not interested in hockey in primary schools. Still not. So we still have to break that barrier. But international schools are playing hockey in primary. When we have the junior tournaments, we have quite a number of junior players who are there. And in secondary school, it's so prominent, but yet primary, it's not. It's lacking. So we need to do something. We still have to crack our brains and see how we'll get into that. But that's something we need to look forward to.
Do you think with the introduction of the official pitch, it will probably encourage and probably partner and do what is happening at the national level, done by, I think it's Senge and a few other guys?
Yes, I'm sure it will come into. In fact, we've already been told to forward the names of our coaches who can be used for development, the development in hockey in this region. We just sent the names of all our coaches. We got quite a number from Mombasa. Hopefully, we'll see some positive thing come out.
good. Let me get into some comments for just a bit before we continue and talk about something else. This is Tomo Chieng Okelo, very passionate about hockey. He says, very impressive. I find progress made by the MCHA quite impressive. Congratulations, Oliver. Kindly share your ideas with other affiliates of Nairobi, Kisumu, Nakuru, Kakamega, Kiambu, especially short-term and long-term strategies. And Leonard Rioba says Mombasa hockey average age for its official is half that of KHU. Echo Mombasa. Okay, and Boka continues to say Mombasa is a cooperative, organized, job safi. Boka, unataka kandarasi ya kusupply
Nice.
zaidi ya Mombasa ama nini? Yeah, keep those comments coming or questions. And there's something. What is his name? Tom has shared regarding in terms of sharing ideas. Is this something that you do quite often, or rather, is this something that you're open to share with other associations, just to compare notes and plan on how you can do stuff?
You asking me, Juguna?
I'm saying,
yes.
Do you have a structure whereby you can share comments with other county associations on what you're doing and how you can merge and do stuff together?
Yes. In fact, we all are in the same KHU council. All county associations are in the council. And when we do meet or when emails are shared, we share all our thoughts and ideas with everybody, And there are quite a number of counties who come to us and asked, oh, we need help with the constitution, or we need help with this. Give us a budget of how the tournaments run. We've always shared, no issues, because we want to see hockey grow everywhere, not only in one place.
In Mombasa.
Yes.
Yeah, that is true. Let me
Mr. Njuguna.
Yes, go ahead, Norbert.
Well, I would like to add a few things on the relationship between the association and the players and maybe the teams.
Okay.
As a previous player, we mostly players are very distant with the associations. We only think that they're there for organizing just the tournaments once in a while, then you're done. But what I can tell you that it's very important for the association and the players to be closer. They should break the barrier between the association and because the association is there to help protect the players and the teams. So mostly you find the players that are very distant from the associations. They don't want to be part of or participate in the association matters. And they're the ones who want to grow the game. If you want to grow the game, you have to be a part of it. So you cannot pretend like you're not a part of it during the planning, but when your time is only come when you want to complain about something, when you need the association. But I would encourage most hockey players from around to at least be more involved in their association matters, and maybe bring their leaders and call, and even try to elect some of the best leaders so that they can help them run the association.
Let me ask you, Norbert.
Yes.
A lot of young people shy away from leadership, and I'll be very honest. I think. Apart from Mombasa, I don't have proof of other associations, so I stand to be corrected. But the other county association that I know who have a younger side in terms of leadership is Kakamega County Association. We have Conrad, who is there as the media liaison for the association, for the county association. So how did you decide to take that bold step and say, let me involve myself in this election and we are not going to talk about how you got elected and how you did your thing, but let's just say how did you come up, and this is just to encourage other young people to come up, because I believe it's not a casting stone that
Yes.
anyone can go into the national level. It doesn't matter.
Yes.
Yeah. So how did you put yourself to get there?
Well, it's all no, maybe nilisukuma. Well, it all started it all started back in during the COVID period. There was no organized hockey, maybe the association and remember KHU and our local association, mostly they were not functioning because of the COVID and the government restriction. Yeah. So we had to start our ad hoc association, so that we even started our own league. We used to call it the Ocean Hockey Circuit.
Yeah.
It wasn't sanctioned by our bodies, but we had to, because we missed the game. Most players were depressed. Most people didn't have jobs. The only place where we could maybe find some peace and harmony maybe was the game. So we started playing the game before don't tell this to the ministry. We started playing before the before the official launch.
You are alive, my friend.
Okay, so after that, when we started the Ocean Hockey Circuit, I was part of the organizing team for the circuit. We ran it, and we even completed and even got some trophies for. We used to call it the African Ocean Tournament. It was majorly to champion for changing of the name from Indian Ocean to African Ocean. So that was basically the idea beyond that tournament. So after organizing the tournament, when official games resumed and the KHU games resumed, it was almost time for election. And after seeing my good work from the previous tournament, I decided, why not? Yeah.
Are you stopping there? Let me put you on the spot. Are you stopping there?
Yes, I'm stopping there.
Hautaki kuja huku juu?
Huko juu, maybe, but for now, let me just try to build it. At least we just start with the kidogo, tuanze hapa chini.
Jenga nyumbani.
Yes. Tujenge nyumbani. When it's good enough, when it's stable enough, then maybe we can go outside. But for now,
and you have a very huge task, and I know you have a very, very good supportive system with the other members of your council,
yes.
Because something like the Mombasa the October tournament is huge, and everyone is looking forward to it. I know after 2 years,
yes,
everyone wants to come to Nairobi, to Mombasa for that tournament. So it's going to be a huge one. Let me bring in Oliver, who says he wants to he's on his last term. I believe that's the constitution. That's what it stipulates.
Yes.
In terms of succession, because there's a huge conversation. In fact, let me just pull this up. This is Leonard Rioba. He's continuing with his discussion about bringing in young blood, and he says, in terms of the young people coming in, it's for new tricks. It is variable. Modern hockey has evolved in terms of management and visibility, and this is where I want to bring you in, Oliver. Having a young people in your council, allow me to use that word. Are you feeling the benefit apart from just passing down information to them? Is this something that you're feeling is of benefit, and you feel like Mombasa County Association has a future?
I agree. We felt the benefit straight away. They've got the young generation, let's admit, have got different ideas. They've got, these new social media. So our social media pages are now active. They've come with new ideas of how to run a game and what prizes to give, what players are interested in. We always have using our old ideas. They're outdated. The new generation have good new ideas, new ways of raising money, which we never even thought of, So, wow, this is beneficial to us at the start, no doubt.
Good. Let's shift gears and talk about Hockey Fives. And I want to begin with, for the younger side, is it under 13? Yes, under 13.
Yes.
You've held it for a while. I don't know if you want to take it, Oliver, or I let.
I can start with it.
Okay. Good.
Okay. We started Hockey Fives in 2019. We had an introduction to most of the schools and teams in Mombasa.
Mhm.
And then we had their tournaments for schools. It's actually under 11 and under 13.
Okay.
So it was quite a success. And then we decided, no, we can take it to a national level. So in 2019, we also had a national Hockey Fives tournament in Mombasa at the Mombasa Sports Club. And it was surprising that a lot of people, it was still new. People didn't know much about it. And whichever team came from Nairobi loved it. They loved the new version of hockey. It's like learning rugby sevens, something new. And that was my main idea. If Kenya rugby had been never in the world stage at rugby 15s, and look at them at rugby sevens. Who knows? Kenya can be an international team in rugby in hockey fives.
Yeah,
Well,
that's true because for the first time, sorry to cut you short, for the first time, I think up until June 10th, we had a tournament between June 5th and 10th for the first time.
Yes.
FIA organized this.
Yes, exactly. And do you know there's a Hockey Fives World Cup coming up?
Yes.
Yeah, it's in Oman in 2024, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So, it's time that we start training and getting there so that when the qualification rounds come, we do enter the qualification rounds. We have a team to represent Kenya. And who knows, we might take off there.
Yeah,
That was the main idea.
That can be our niche. We may not probably excel in the 11 aside, but probably the hockey fives we can make something because there are certain things that we are good at in terms of endurance and stuff, which can work for us.
Yes. CJ, continue.
Hello. Yes. The Hockey Fives. What I can say. What I can say about the Hockey Fives. Hockey Five is kind of a more intense game. It requires more efficiency from the players. You really normally in the normal Hockey 11 player will be maybe dribble here. In Hockey Five, you don't have time for dribbling and showing your skills. It's majorly direct kind of hockey. It's like the basketball of hockey. Too fast. You need to use every minute because every time counts. Because you find that in a range of 2 minutes, the ball can move to around 5 or 6 players have touched this ball. Different players. So you really need to be very effective, very efficient, so that you can score more goals within the allocated time. It's the last time was run for I think 7 minutes, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
7 minutes seems like for a normal 11 player, feel like 7 minutes is a very short time. But while we were there, I don't know. I was our team, Mbita team. I used to play for Mbita team. We went up to we were the runners up in the tournament.
Yeah.
So that game was we were more direct. First get the ball, pass half, you can score anywhere from pass half. And we used to have hitting back then because the pitch was a little bit bigger. So Hockey Five is it's a different niche. It's new. Most people have seen maybe online, even in the international arena. I've seen newspapers are saying nay, but others are saying yay. But what we can do right now is we can try to change something different. We can try to do something different. We've been trying the Hockey 11s for I don't know for a very long time now. Hockey 5 is manageable. It will require very few players maybe to represent for the national. Around maybe 9, just 9. You can register just 9 players and a coach. So I don't think it's that much costly as compared to the Hockey 11s. So probably it could be easier to run than the Hockey 11s.
Fantastic. And this weekend you have a tournament. Tell us more about it.
So I don't know if should I start with Mr. Oliver? Can you start?
Okay, let me start with Oliver.
Yes.
Okay, I'll just say a few. We are having this tournament on an AstroTurf pitch. It's at Serrani grounds. It's just opposite Baraki police station. It's a nice AstroTurf pitch. We've hired the ground for the day. So So we've got two main sponsors, Motors, you'll all know them, and Better Buy Limited also, who's also sponsored it. CJ will tell you how many teams have so far confirmed, which is giving us a nightmare, no doubt. But I foresee a fantastic weekend of lovely hockey. In fact, we had first planned to have a national hockey fives, but we had issues of getting the ground for 2 days. And, we needed 2 pitches. So there is a football academy at the Serrani grounds. So we couldn't get it for 2 days. Our second option was Mombasa Sports Club, but with sevens during the same weekend. So we couldn't get the ground. So that's why we decided to shelve it and just have our own local tournament. But it's not local anymore. Teams from Nairobi are coming down.
Yes. Yeah, no, CJ or no, but let me.
Yes.
Have you been called CJ? How many teams have confirmed for the
so
tournament?
far, we've confirmed 15 teams. We have Daikyo registering 3 teams, Mvita 2 teams, Mombasa West 3 teams, Kenya Police are also coming. They confirm coming. Mombasa coming 2 teams, Mombasa Sports Club 2 teams. We have the KMTC Mombasa 1 team. We have also the veterans from Mombasa. We call them the Blue Ocean Chiefs. They're also registering a team for the tournament.
Oliver, are you part of it?
Unfortunately not. My hockey days are over. I don't think I'll last even 5 minutes on that ground.
Maybe you can be a defender.
Yes. Maybe I'll take part in the Olympics, Olympic Day celebrations, when we have our Olympic Day celebrations.
Perfect. Go on,
so, I think with the 15 teams registering for the tournament, I think we are good to go, and we are pleased. The teams are they're beginning to become an headache, because fitting them into one day's tournament is kind of not
tough.
Easy. But we hope everything will be okay. We're happy.
Good stuff. Let me read a few comments here. Let me begin with a guy called Checkmate, who says that MCHA seamlessly conducts its activities and holds successful local and national tournaments. A well-oiled machine, heads and shoulders above the other county association plus the national union.
Thank you.
Yeah, and then we have Duncan Murunga, who says, Oliver, thanks for the great job that you keep doing. As it is today, you are the most organized county association. Please take time to teach counties like Nairobi, Kiambu, and Kakamega. I think he has talked about that, Duncan. You can look at it. They keep exchanging ideas all the time. And then he says MCHA has leaders who have this sport at heart. You're an organized association. I equally love your transparency and accountability. Keep up the good ethics. This is the guy you need to talk to. He's well connected. I equally love the fact that you incorporated youth in your leadership. Duncan, wewe kaunti yako ilikukataa ama nini? Anyway, let's shift gears, and I want us to look at the league, and maybe as I pull it up, Oliver, what's your take on the coastal teams taking part in terms of their performance in this year's league, irrespective of where they are, whether national or national league or the Premier League?
Okay. Well, a team, especially men's team, in all tiers of the league, national, super, and premier. In the National League, I think both the Mombasa teams are doing very, very well. They are on top of the table, if I'm not mistaken.
You're right, Mr. Oliver.
And then in the
because he plays for that one of those clubs, eh?
Yeah, I can confirm.
And then in the Super League, Mvita are doing fairly well. Not as good as they've got a new team, a new young team. They are trying to incorporate the young players with the old veteran players. So it's still a work in progress. Super League, Mombasa Sports Club are struggling. I think it's a tough league for them. With their players, they really have to concentrate on a different level of, I should say. They've not been doing too well. But I think as the games are progressing, they're doing well. They're performing better. The results, if you look at most of their games, are very small margin, except last weekend. But they're doing well. And I think these games that we started off in Mombasa, our league has helped all the teams, to oil them in advance of the KHU leagues.
Yeah. And just talking in general, in terms of the league, what's your take of the different leagues?
I didn't get the question.
In terms of this year's league, do you think that after the 2-year break, we are back and we are headed somewhere good?
Well, I feel so. Yes, I believe so. It's a start. It's a start. We have to start. It's nice to see that there are so many clubs in Kenya that play hockey. Fantastic, So it's a start. Each league has their own number of players. I think the National League has 2 pools. There's Eastern Zone and Western Zone, something like that.
Yes.
So then there's the Super League and the Premier League. Very nice. A good start, I would say.
Yeah.
And I can see the fixtures committee are also working. It's not easy to come up with such huge fixtures and get yourself organized all over the country. It's not been easy. I know CJ also faces the same problem. So when we do our small league, so doing a whole league like that, not an easy task. Good job to them.
You're grooming him for something else, which is a good thing.
Exactly.
Let's look at the results. This is the Premier League. Western Jaguars, who got a new sponsorship deal on Saturday, decided to shine on Mombasa Sports Club, beating them 7-0.
Yeah.
Quite a result. I don't know. I'm looking for my friend Mariano. He doesn't want to pick my call now. On Saturday, he was willing to talk to me, but today, ever since Saturday, he doesn't want to pick my calls anymore. Anyway, Strathmore beat Wazalendo 4-1. Butali Warriors beat Sailors 2-1. They are now at the top of the league with 20 points. I'll get to that in just a bit. And then we have lastly USIU beating Mombasa Sports Club 3-2. That was on Sunday. Let me move to the league that CJ plays. This is the National League. And quite some games over the weekend. Let me start with Sunday. One game was played on Sunday. Impala drew 0-0. I think that result is 1-0. No, it was 0-0. That's true. 0-0 with Impala against Impala. We had Desta beating Karate 2-1. And then we had Nandi Hawks Bay beating Nandi Hawks 1-0. We had Impala beating Thika Rovers 4-0. Gorilla drew with Mombasa West 0-0. This was in Nairobi. And then we had Kitale taking on Bungoma and beating them 1-0. And then let's go to the what is it called? The standings. And this is where I know CJ now is just smiling because he's doing they're doing a very good league. What is it that what's the secret that you have for this league? Because you seem to have come with a lot of fire. 21 points after 7 games, no draw, no loss, clean sheet with a goal difference of 16. What are you doing, my friend, that other teams are not doing? I know this league is very competitive.
Apart from training, I think the other secret I'll tell you at the end of the season.
When you get promoted to the Super League,
Yes. I'll tell you what's the secret.
Oliver, It's
Yes.
Mombasa. And the derby we saw Daikyo beating Mombasa West. Was it 1-0 if I'm not wrong?
1-0.
Or the result?
It was 1-0. 1-0.
1-0. Yes.
Yeah. This must be, you must be feeling very happy to see your coastal teams up.
Definitely. Very, very happy to see them on top of the league standings. And they themselves know it. So there is that rivalry between them. But at the end of the day, we are all one family. It's nice to see them after the game against Daikyo. Mombasa West were not bitter. They shook hands and they even celebrated Daikyo's chairman's birthday.
That same day.
Yes, that same day.
Yeah, that is nice. Let me pick one question even as we bring this to a close. And Duncan is asking, how do you ensure that county association officials perform in their respective roles? What's your secret?
Myself, it's only passion for the game. When you take, well, upbringing, when I was small, I was always told, whatever you do, make sure you do it to the best of your ability. So if I'm president of MCHA, I must make sure that I do something for the association. I don't just sit and become, part of the furniture there. I make sure that I do something for the association, and it's passion. It's passion. I've always been in hockey since a kid, and now it's us giving back to hockey. That's all we want. Thank you.
Yeah, that's right. As we wait for CJ to come back, I hope he will be able to come back. Let me just read one more comment. And this is from a gentleman by the name Simon Odhiambo, who says, really good job from MCHA. I learn a lot to learn from them. Thank you so much, Simon, for that. And maybe a closing remarks, even as we come to a close, because I know this weekend there's no league. All roads are leading to Mombasa, and we are waiting to see what plans you have for MC for the Hockey Fives. But I know Norbert has come in, so let me start with him. Norbert, karibu. Internet
Yes, yes. I don't know what was the problem. I thought Oliver was having issues.
But you're a tech savvy guy, so I hear you help them a lot. That said, your closing comments, even as we just bring this to a close, and then I'll get to Oliver. Yeah.
Well, first, I would encourage anyone. Let me just call them philanthropists or anyone who can help the game in any way, to try and help wherever they can, from the playing unit, the management, the officials. Let's try to uplift the standards of the game in any way that we can. Either if you can help financially, please do. If you can help with maybe technical skills, training, or any other thing. Connection are very important in Kenya. So anyone out there who can help and who loves hockey, I urge everyone to try and promote this sport that we love so much, and take it to the highest levels, so that we can get the best standards out of it. Otherwise, thank you. I would also like to thank the MCHA for letting a young guy like me to be a part of the team.
Karibu sana. Why am I saying karibu? Oliver, that's you.
Yes, you're welcome. That's the young blood we needed. We got a lot of young blood right now, grooming them for the future and getting the ideas, milking all the ideas, I should say. People should not shy away from posts. Everybody thinks it's such a difficult job to do. If you have the passion and you have the ability, why not? Start young, and you never know where it'll take you. Yes? We would like to thank you for all the publicity you give us. Definitely, your publicity has helped. We've got a lot of feedback from sponsors who've come back. They like seeing their name on social media and seeing the photographs you're posting. So it has been a great help. I must say a big thank you from MCHA. We appreciate all the work you're doing, and nice to see what you're doing for hockey as a whole in Kenya. We appreciate your work, definitely. Yes.
Thank you so much. CJ has mentioned something about sponsors coming in and goodwill people just coming in. This weekend we had this Western Jaguars winning, or rather penning down a deal with a company called Down, and most of these players, or rather the managers for this company, are hockey players, former hockey players. Some are still active in the game, and it was such a good thing to just see that happen. So it's what we need in this sport, just like what CJ has said, and I believe this is the beginning of good things, because with them coming in, I know many other clubs will be able to, just come in and do the best they can. And thank you so much for you guys to just being open to allowing us to discuss issues and what is happening in the club. I think it's part of accountability, and Duncan has mentioned it, that people are able to know what is happening in that end. And I believe Simon in absentia and myself will do the best we can. As long as your doors are open, we'll always be ready to support you in the best way that we can. So thank you so much once again for joining us, and I know we will catch up very soon. Mombasa ninakuja Oktoba. Nilikuwa nataka kuja hii weekend, lakini sasa nakana sitaweza, but sina fair, but I know in October I definitely have to come for that tournament, so that we can just come back and enjoy some hockey down there. Thank you so much. Let me read one last comment here from this is Duncan, right? Yes, Duncan. Good job to Hockey Kenya team. Thank you so much, Duncan. And thank you so much, all of you, for your comments. Duncan, Simon, who else? Checkmate. For the first time, you're having a comment from YouTube. That is really, really great. Tomo Cheng, as usual, thank you so much. Very passionate about grooming the younger players to get into the big teams, or rather the senior teams. And then Leonard, Vincent Casera, thank you so much. And everyone else, of course, Jairus Boka, we really, really appreciate, and also Adeli alikuwa nakwambia vile utaweka kamera yako pale. So asante sana, and all the best. I know I'm going to get results from that side, Norbert.
Yes,
so that we
definitely.
what's happening in this sport. Asanteni sana. That is all from us. Next week, same time, same place. And which county are we going? We will let you know where we are going next. We are done with Mombasa. Sasa wacha tukuje huku juu tujue kunaendelea aje and what is happening this side. But thank you so much, gentlemen, for joining us.